Okay, maybe I can start by asking you all, WA over?
Yes, Miss Day, basically, my school's still coming on chapter 7. In fact, I don't know when you go chapter 8. I don't know if my school is still slow because the usually the EOY will begin at term 4 week 3. So it's only like 4 weeks. And then they haven't even covered on chapter 8 yet. It's still on chapter 7.
Mm,
They're covering the particle arrangement, the force attraction, and the speed of particles. Not at
okay.
this part yet. So is this risky or not risky?
Yeah, very risky. You
Uh,
know why? Do do you know exam will actually start very, 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 very soon?
I'm aware of that. Yeah.
Yes, correct. I think it starts around last week of September, meaning you have exactly 1 month. Okay, 1 month from now. Okay, Jensen, you are having your WA science tomorrow. I see. Mother, yourself? Jensen, turn on your video. Yes, thank you so much. Nice hairstyle. Okay, Ananya, turn on your video. Right, so Jensen, why are you tested on tomorrow? You have the topics?
I think it's
WA is on Thursday, Mother, I see. Are you
it,
confident so far?
it should be like light and molecules, and
Oh,
then
this topic.
yeah,
Ooh, how about Ananya? Your WA over? Over. Okay. So Hannah did pretty well. All right. Let's see. The rest of you, if your WA is over, you have the marks. Do share with me your score. Yes. So that I know. The best is I can see your exam paper as well, lah. Wow, Tammy, so happy for you. Okay. Like 80%. That's very, 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 very good. Are you happy? I'm sure you are. I asked you, but I know the answer myself. A bit. Why a bit? My goodness. Okay, do you all know lah? Don't be happy for too long, right? Remember, I teach P5, P6, Sec 1, and Sec 2, right? So 2 years already, we have observed over here. Okay. Yeah, could have done better. Sec 1 topics. Sec 1 topics are quite easy compared to Sec 2. Okay, if you know what are the Sec 2 topics, right, you may understand what I mean lah. Okay, let me just take a very short while, a very quick one, just to show y'all, okay, what are the Sec 2 topics. Can y'all see my sticky note here on my screen? Okay, so these are the topics that you have learned in Sec 1, 1 to 8. We are now on the last chapter, atoms and molecules. So you did scientific endeavors, then you did the physical properties of matter, chemical composition of matter, separation technique, light, cells, then solid liquid gas, and now atoms and molecules. These are all very simple topics. So your Sec 1 is like a honeymoon year for you to ease into secondary school. Sec 2 onwards, okay, even the first chapter here, they call it chapter 9. Why chapter 9, not chapter 1? Because, okay, lower secondary science, right, is an entire package, which is also why at the end of Sec 2, you are going to sit for all 16 chapters for your exam. Okay, so 16 chapters, meaning next year, when you have topics like applications of forces, transfer of energy, in P6, these are major topics, remember? So you are revisiting and it's more difficult. There are more things to learn, right? And then not just this, there's also things you didn't see here, like pressure, work done, all these are new stuff. Transfer of heat energy seems to be easy, but you're going to learn more than just energy move from hot to cold. Okay. Then its effects. So you learn about convection, okay, radiation, conduction. Then after that, chemical changes. This is the one that scares a lot of students off, okay, because they also need to do acids and bases. So you see a tough topic, tough topic, tough topic. Interaction within ecosystem, this is the simple one. So you study about habitats, food chain, food web, the different levels of energy at each level. Okay, then this is fine. This one not too difficult for all students so far. But electrical system is also not as easy as before. Then after that, human digestive system, not as easy as before. You are going to describe and even name the terms. You don't just call it digested food. You have to start studying what is fat, what's protein, what's carbohydrate, and what do they break down into. Okay, and what are the enzymes that are breaking them down? Not like in primary school, oh, food is just digested. That's all you learn, yeah? So after that, transport system in living things. Yep, you learn about the xylem and phloem, and then, of course, the transport system in man. Okay, and then human sexual reproductive system. This one, you even have to study the menstrual cycle, all right, and predict which day will ovulate, which day will have menses, and so on, etc., etc., etc. So when you go to Sec 2, suddenly you have all the tough topics all lumped together. My students were all doing well in semester 1. I told you all right. So now semester 2, right? They find that so difficult to score A1. They could still get A2 and B3, but A1 is very difficult. Why? Because at the end of Sec 2, is going to be the judgment day kind of thing. What are the subjects you do in Sec 3 and Sec 4 will be determined at the end of Sec 2. Yes, Nikki?
So that means I'm interested in physics, but if the physics topic I don't do well, then I won't be selected in physics, right?
In general, they look at the entire science grades.
Oh, so you look at the WE and then you see whether the student with the physics category get a lot of marks, then out of all they will if the highest marks for the particular part, then you will enroll me in that part.
They might, but usually they just look at the total. So your overall grades for next year, right, is important. That's one. Then they look at English, they look at mathematics, they look at science. Because if you're not good in English, right, how are you going to write your answers well for your science papers? You're not good in mathematics. How are you going to manage all the calculations in your sciences? Yeah. So pure sciences are very, very demanding subjects. You want to be able to cope. You must be getting at least 90% for all your science tests and exams. Okay, then you probably can cope pretty okay. Otherwise, if you have to study so hard, right? It's like, wow, no day, no night, every day just study, no games. All right. Then you manage to get distinction like A1, but your A1 is not very strong A1. And then you choose to do pure physics, pure biology, and pure chemistry. When you move on to Sec 3 is still honeymoon year. Remember, any transition, you have some honeymoon year. After that, in Sec 4 is your peers year. Okay, you're going to suffer quite a bit if you're not going to be very strong in your subjects. Are you all clear or not? That's why if you are scoring distinction now, you should be scoring distinction. So don't, even though I congratulate you, right? You cannot be thinking, hey, I'm so good, etc. But Sec 1 topics, you look at the topic, isn't this like primary school stuff? Only a little bit more added on, isn't it? But you go on to Sec 2, you realize no time to joke around anymore. So if you are still playing around, yeah, you have to really, really, really think about it. Yes, Hannah, you're right. Honestly, science class, it has been something that has been going on for the longest time in history. Okay, that's why they say, oh, science, yeah, those who can get into science stream, wow, you're very good, all this kind of thing. Yeah, but humanity is good also. Okay, maybe you are good. You can become a historian. Okay, you can become. Now I cannot think of all the vocation and all the career. Just now I was thinking whole list want to tell you all, no, even those doing humanities, they become very, very successful in life in future. Okay, but in general, Hannah, science and mathematics and English, somehow these three subjects, right, will be the basic and that will bring you everywhere. Yes, Nikki?
Basically, I remember someone told me that Sec 1 and Sec 2 need to be grateful that the topic won't be too difficult. Because Sec 3, Sec 4, where you need to take all the physics, chemistry, biology. So that's why you need to cherish the Sec 1 and Sec 2 year, the lower Sec year,
Yeah,
because the
yeah.
work isn't too difficult, and the teachers say that can the opportunity has a high chance to get the A. There's a chance to get the A or the B free, so shouldn't be too stressed, but only at the Sec we need to be more serious and like more serious than the lower Sec and need to
Who tell you no need to be serious in lower secondary?
I mean still need to be serious, but just that after Sec you going more because like of the heavy load and all that.
If you cannot cope lower secondary stuff, right, all your misconception and things that you never understood will be brought forward to Sec 3 and Sec 4. That's what I can say. Okay? All right. So let's look at this chapter now. How many of you finished this chapter already? I know, Hannah, you did. The rest of you? Only Hannah. The rest of you didn't, is it? Correct? This particular chapter, atoms and molecules, not yet. Jensen, not yet, right? Okay, good. So listen to me carefully here. It's not difficult. This topic, in fact, is quite fun. Okay, and it's easy to score because you most of the time refer to the periodic table to solve questions here. And you will realize also, actually, how come my hand raised? Miss Tay has already taught a bit of this stuff earlier in the year. Okay, earlier in the year. So look at the requirement for this chapter. These are the learning outcomes determined by MOE. Okay, so you are going to describe atom as an entity that is electrically neutral, made up of positively charged nucleus, okay, with negatively charged electrons. You might find that, hey, don't know what it's talking about now, what nucleus? Didn't we just learn about cells? Nucleus, then got cell membrane and all this. Now we are learning nucleus again. Yes, you are, but it's not about living cells. Okay, this one is about atoms. It is even smaller than cells. Okay, recognize that atoms have mass that is mainly contributed by the mass of the nucleus. Why is that so? Later I will explain to you. Show awareness that atoms of an element have unique number of protons. Okay, and then show understanding that a molecule is a group of two or more atoms that are chemically combined. Did we learn this already, molecules? Yeah, we talked about this when we were doing element mixture and compound, right? Correct. Then state the number and types of atoms. Did I teach you this already? Yes, if you can recall. Let me just check. Jensen, you want to try this? Okay, so I have this particular molecule. Yeah. So are you able to state the numbers and types of atoms given the formula? Okay, given the formula. So I give you a formula of a molecule here. Are you able to tell me the number and types of atoms?
Is it carbon 6?
Again, you're so soft.
Carbon 6.
Carbon 6 there are 6 carbon atoms, you mean?
Yeah, and then there are 12 hydrogen atoms.
Very good.
And then there's 6 oxygen atoms.
Okay, very good. So in one molecule of, this is sugar. In one molecule of sugar, we have 6 carbon atoms. So there are 3 types of atoms, right? 3 types, carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. And then for each of them, okay, I can count the number also. So 6 carbon atoms, 12 hydrogen atoms, and 6 oxygen atoms. So in all, there are 24 atoms. Okay, now, how about 3 molecules of sugar? What do you think then? Nikki, 3 molecules of sugar. Are you able to tell me the types of atoms and the number of atoms also?
So 3 modules